How do you deal with other people's opinions when starting a business? Most of the time, when you're starting a business, the one group of people that you're expecting to support you, to motivate you to go start that business, to inspire you, to push you to do it, your family, sometimes your family will tell you not to start a business. They'll tell you that you're going to fail, that you're going to go bankrupt. I've been there. Family told me that. Don't do it. Just go work a job. Why are you doing this? What's in your head? Why do you think you can do this? Right? The one group of people that we're supposed to get support from sometimes doesn't support us. Maybe it's your friends. Maybe your friends are saying, oh, that's stupid. Like, why do you think you could do that? Like, and you're not getting support from a group of people that you expected support from. So how do we navigate these waters where it doesn't demotivate us not to start, where we keep that relationship, maybe limit ourselves a little bit? But how do we deal with all this, okay? Because I went through this, and I really think today I have a really good content for you regarding this. I have 4 things that you really need to do, these 4 steps to get you through navigating other people's opinions when starting a business. If you like this type of content, please hit like and subscribe. Number 1, we need to acknowledge that other people will not understand your dreams. We don't need to sell somebody else on our idea. A lot of times people will call me up or we'll have a call together and they just want me to say they should do it. A lot of people aren't actually looking for advice or your true opinion. They want somebody to tell them, yeah, I think you should do that. You should go after that. And when somebody gives you their actual opinion and it doesn't match what your expectation is, you're like, what the heck? You don't believe in me? But you asked for their opinion, okay? So you need to acknowledge that they're not going to understand where you're coming from. They're not going to understand that it's worth it for you to work 3 times as hard for yourself on your own business. It's worth it for you to have the freedom of being a business owner instead of working for somebody else. They don't understand that you're making somebody else rich. Now you want to make yourself, your own self rich. They don't understand that you want the freedom and the legacy of being a business owner and an entrepreneur. That doesn't make sense to them. They wouldn't do it, so they're telling you not to. Okay, so you need to acknowledge that they're not going to understand. Number 2, you need to see it from their vantage point. My parents are older. When I ask for business advice, I am getting conservative business advice because they are at the end of they're in retirement, okay? So they're in conserve mode. They're in conservative mode. They don't want to go start a business. So when I pitch something to them or I say, this is what we're doing, I know I'm going to get a conservative response. I know that's their vantage point. They're looking at me as somebody who's like, I'm taking no risk right now. I don't want to take risk. That's it. So when you're talking to your parents about a business idea or your grandparents or whoever you're talking to, you got to understand from their vantage point, they are not in the mindset of wanting to go grow and expand and take risk on something to be at a certain point in life, because at their point they're saying, hey, I've gone through it. I'm just holding on to what I got and transitioning to the next phase of my life. So understand other people's vantage point. Number 3, accept that you won't get their approval and work like heck to prove them wrong. Okay? One of the biggest motivating factors I had 2 people, one family member tell me that, Nate, you're going to go bankrupt if you start your business, blah, 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 very opinionated. I remember that. And when I didn't want to work hard, I said, if anything, I'm going to prove that person wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong that this was worth it. Then I had an old boss tell me that I would amount to nothing, that he's not going to go anywhere, he's not going to be successful. And I remember that. And it motivates you when maybe something in your business is going south. Maybe you're just like, I don't know, I just want to go relax. Those things will push you to go a little bit harder. To push a little bit harder when you're like, you know what? I don't feel like doing it. I feel like I'm fine. But dang it, I'm going to prove them wrong. If anything, I want them to know that they were wrong about me, that I do have what it takes, that I am capable, that I am X, Y, and Z, that I can become great, that I can become wealthy without their help. If anything, I'm proving them wrong. So that little motivating factor, you need that. Yeah, you shouldn't have that all day long. You should be self-motivated. I understand that. But if you need a little extra push, it's nice to have a little bit of keep those opinions, keep them inside, and remember them. So when things are rough, you bring them back out and you say, well, if anything, I'm going to prove so-and-so wrong, right? Okay, so number 4 here, seek and find environments of encouragement and other entrepreneurs. If you're not around other business owners, people aren't going to understand. They're not going to understand what you're going through. They're not going to want to talk about business. They're not going to want to do that. It is so refreshing when I'm around my friends that own businesses because we can relate to each other and talk about business and the struggles that we're going through and this and this and that. And they want to talk about it. A lot of people don't. So you're going to need to get something off your chest. You're going to need to talk about your business and all that things. Sometimes you're not going to be able to find that in your family. Sometimes you're not going to be able to find that with your friends. You need to find environments in which you can talk with other business owners, okay? One example of that is this YouTube channel. I post a video about entrepreneurship almost every other day, and this is a route or an outlet in which you can learn about business, talk about business, and I want to create eventually a cohort of business owners in which we can have a weekly or monthly call and we can go through what's going on in our business because I understand that an environment with other business owners is so important. It's so important that we are able to bounce ideas off each other with support and understanding of what it is to be a business owner instead of somebody who's saying, don't do it. We need to say, how can we do it? Business owners and entrepreneurs solve problems. So when you're around other people that look at the glass half full instead of the glass half empty, you're encouraged and you're motivated, okay? So dealing with other people's opinions is hard, but these are the 4 steps that I would take that's going to put you in a better mindset, okay? So don't let somebody, don't not start a business because of someone else's opinion, okay? You need to know in your heart when you're ready, when you're going to bet on yourself, when you're going to believe in yourself. And at that point, when you believe in your mind and in your heart that you're ready to go, don't listen to somebody else's opinion. Some people, they don't want you to shine. They don't want you to go out there and go after and get it and achieve your dreams because they never did it themselves. They want everybody else to stay small because they played it small. They're scared that if you go out and you're successful, you're going to outshine them, and they're going to remind themselves of the regret of never starting. You don't need the regret of never starting. Put that in your past, start the business today, and become successful. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you're looking for a business idea or how to buy a business, I have the blueprint for you, Your Next Business. It's a free ebook that I wrote. You can download it for free. If you click the link in my video description, let me help you become an entrepreneur today.